1 Chronicles 4 through 6. Now, I know you've already noticed that there is a lot of names amongst the text. I don't know if you are looking down and reading every verse with all those names and all those ands unto them, bear a son this, bear a daughter that. I don't know that you are that you're doing that. onebaptist.org/devotional. You can see our approach to the Devo during these ancestries being listed here. Of course, today in chapter 4, we began with the tribes of Israel, the descendants of each of the tribes as they began. And so, being real, how much reading you're supposed to do? Maybe you read through the names and then you get to where there's a few words about something, and there's an occasion when that's there. But I get it, is what I'm trying to tell you. And you'll see the Devo today, we actually pick out one place. It'll be very familiar with you where as well, it is one of those places where it doesn't just keep on with the commas and the ands. It actually has a little statement, and it'll be something, again, very familiar to you. However, maybe truth about that's different than what you've heard in the past. Now, still, there is an opportunity for you to see Christ. In our reading today, you'll be able to see Jesus when you get to those cities of refuge. Don't forget our conversations in the past about that, and you'll see them there, and it should remind you about that. Oh, what a picture of Jesus Christ those cities of refuge are. And we have some comparing scripture for that at the bottom of the Devo as well. onebaptist.org, of course, devotional is where you find that. Now, I want to, however, give you a challenge today that perhaps will cause you to look at those names. And look, I'm not going to be mad at you. I can't come through this right here and find out if you're doing it anyway, but I'll throw it out there as a challenge, whether you want to do it by detail with a pen and just circle as you go. That's what I'm going to do. But if not, maybe you want to just scan it with your eyes and kind of keep tab. I'll give you that out, though, hey man, nothing wrong with doing all you can to get all you can from the scripture, right? But here's my challenge. Go through the names, since the chapter and verses are covered up with names. Just go through the names, and you can go all the way through chapter 9 if you want to. Now, tomorrow's Devo will be something different, but this whole list of names goes all the way through chapter 9. So if you wanted to, you could go there. But if you just want to do 4 through 6, that's fine too. But go through there. And when you're looking at the names, circle or either underline when you get to a name that just by you seeing that name, you remember something about their life. Maybe some message that was preached, some Sunday school lesson, or maybe something else in previous Devos that we've done. But just circle or draw a line. No quiz. You're not having to write beside it what you know. Just if you remember something, you know, just being honest with yourself, because nobody's grading it, right? You're just going to circle or underline the name, maybe a check, whatever you want to do. If it is somebody who just by seeing the name, something comes to your mind about them. And keep in mind that which by the way, there'll be several names that will be the case. You'll see a name there and you'll go, oh yeah, I remember that. That name means this, or I remember the story about this, or they did this, and that's what will come to your mind. There'll be other names you won't know anything about. But do keep in mind, these are real individuals. And when other individuals read their name or heard their name, especially in that day, something came to their mind when they heard that name. And you probably know where I'm going with this, right? As you do that, do consider and just ask yourself, when somebody hears your name, let's say that somebody came up today and they read a chronological record of names and they found your name there and it was you. What would come up on their radar? What thing would they think, oh yeah, I know them, and what would follow that they would attach to the thought about you just by seeing your name? And amongst the things that may come to their mind, what of you would remind them of Jesus if you say you're born again? Because we who are born again, we're given the name Christian, right? So something should reflect that. Good examination. Maybe a sobering question to do, but it'll get you through the Devo.